track. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Love and marriage, love and marriage, love and marriage, love and marriage. It's a life you can't get rid of. The local Filipinos hear and they will say is elementary. Try, try, try to separate them. It's an illusion. Try, 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 and you will only come to this conclusion. Love and marriage, love and marriage, love and marriage, love and marriage go together like a carabao and trike. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Life isn't easy with Heidi. Heidi, American wife, so uptight, so uptight, so uptight. George tries but sometimes cries, but they love each other. You cannot deny married life like no other. Love and marriage, love and marriage, love and marriage, love and marriage go together like a carabao and trike. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Love and marriage, love and marriage, love and marriage.
Good morning. Hi, how are you? Go ahead and do your intro so you don't interrupt me because I'm about to talk.
Magandang mga umaga, masanting abak, mayang buntag sa inyong lahat. Hat.
Speaking of hot and wet.
So,
Hi, Gio. I hope you're enjoying your time in
hey,
Bangkok.
Huh?
Man, you got yours. Notice how Gio's wiping his
Yeah,
mustache?
buddy.
Check it out.
Make me a sandwich, woman. Make me a sandwich.
Notice how Gio's clearing his mouth, cleaning his lips.
Actually, honestly, Heidi doesn't make sandwiches because she's a bigger woman and better woman than most women out there. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Better to have one Heidi than a bunch of scrawny chickens running around here.
I hate to say this. I agree. No, really. I mean, I did scrawny chickens.
I did.
Chicks a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with chickens. You know, they bakak a lot whenever you do the thing. But what I'm getting at is
what?
You know. But what I'm saying is, truth of the matter is, I've never met a more well-caring and a better cook than any partners that I've ever had in my entire life.
We complete each other. I give you the most hell. I'm his worst nightmare, but probably one of his better partners. We fight like everybody else. We go after each other. We do tempo on each other. But I was just saying the other day that you complete me, and I said that during the live stream. I did say that one way or the other.
And my puppy completes me too. First off, again,
can't stand him sometimes.
First off, I would never date anybody who doesn't cook because I have dated those before. They're really skinny. They don't have any bone to their weight. They put it this way: they weigh less than 100 pounds, and I'm not even joking. Probably even 87 pounds tops, and I'm not joking. They can't cook.
Right? You can only bang them so much like they do in Bangkok.
Oh, okay. Since you mentioned it, I never mentioned this before. I hate hugging bones, and when you bang them, you can feel the bones. It feels like you're gonna break them. I hate that. But anyway,
it depends on the type of person. Some guys like to feel like they're in control, including breaking bones of women. But anyways, let's get off this topic and talk about. I just messed with that again.
That would be a great show. Broken bones.
Broken bones in the Philippines. Today we're going to talk about the Armstrong family. It looks like Donna herself put out a video less than 48 hours ago. She's been gone out of the limelight for 6 months. And what did she come back talking about? Love advice, how not to pick an expat, and she's still talking about him. George, do you think she still misses him in love?
Stay tuned and find out.
Also, we have two other topics that we'll be covering in the next
We
few
do?
days. Yes, we're going to be covering Peachback Mountain Part 2, that Jimbo guy in Asia. Because there's a lot going on with this guy. He started multiple businesses. He married a woman that has kids. He's got problems with the family. He's got problems with her. I'm going to stay with her. I'm going to leave. I thought it would be worth just joshing around with another Peachback Mountain Part 2 or Brokeback Mountain when it comes to we'll just call them Brokeback Mountain 100%. Also, it looks like that British/Australian wannabe vlogger that can't keep his camera straight out in the province has come up that the 3 year, and now he's giving months. He said, I think he said 3 years and 4 months or 2 months. Now he's giving it down to the month he's been deported. That this American mystery man,
Okay.
whatever, has.
Now,
We didn't listen to the video. A couple people sent it to us, but we were already planning the Armstrong
according
thing.
to our, should I say anything right now? Probably
Well,
not.
we're going to
Probably
cover it.
not.
So we'll
Okay,
cover whatever
let me
he's
zip
saying.
my zip.
Maybe he gave a name and maybe we can find him.
I'm just gonna keep quiet for what I know right now. But anyway,
The whole point is it looks like people, like these guys and a couple of the others, they'll just 100% beat a dead horse without any substance. They ain't even fucking funny. My whole point is there's nothing to them reporting. So he did like those other channels, wait 8-9 days, and then they want to come back with something else. And now that his story's dying and he's got nothing, and he's just going to come back and do something more. So now the guy's been officially deported. It's called a dead channel.
okay.
Deadwood.
Speaking of dead, guys, help me out here. Chat, help me out. What I'm saying is, that beat a dead horse statement. I never get it because
It's like kicking a dead horse situation.
so does it mean like physically kicking it, like beating it, or like beating it?
You don't get what it. Are you just joking around? Yeah, kicking and beating a dead horse is when a subject is gone. I want to say that Pablo. Yeah, and all American women don't talk back to their men. They're all perfect angels.
Thank you so much, JC Zamwanga,
especially in the Philippines. Thank you so much, JC. Thank you, guys. If you guys aren't subscribed, be sure to subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe.
Membership starts at a few dollars a month. Huh? It does when, yeah, it just
seriously.
It does at the beginning. Yeah, you have to keep adding it up. So yeah, we did not like that other software. We did a trial run. George said he got rid of me, and it was the worst software we used. So now here we are back to this one. This one's like
for 40 minutes or something.
Yeah, it said 1 hour, but it was only on for 40-something minutes. So we couldn't figure out. We didn't like the other software. So we're hyped on coffee. Been up since about 4:30. I actually got George up early. And so let's see. I'm jumping around.
Yeah, that last software was like worse than like a Chinaman hooker. I'm just saying.
Okay. So no, not all Filipinas cook. Well, I mean, just like you said, not all Filipinas are nice, and the same with the guys, and everybody is human. Let's just put it that way. And if you think these new modern women, most of these guys are coming here and dating women under the age of 25 or 30. And if you think they do everything these days like they did back in the 90s or
don't
2000,
assume what you see on the internet is kind of like this. Okay. Let's bring it down to a more
Ted.
reasonable level. Don't think that, for example, rest in peace, Burt Reynolds' wife, passed
Lonnie
away.
Anderson passed away. The blonde bombshell from WKRP in Cincinnati and dated Burt Reynolds forever. She passed away, but she had to be up there in age. It doesn't make it
she's
right.
She's a gorgeous woman and a gorgeous grandma and all. But what I'm getting at is, don't assume that because you're American that everybody knows Lonnie Anderson.
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing in the Philippines. Don't assume that every Filipina or Filipino knows how to cook or take care of you. Period.
Well, just like people assume that I'm 24/7 mouthy with you and control the house and everything else. Nobody controls this bitch. I may call him a bitch, but it's you just can't take assumptions. Now, am I strong armed and like always sassy and stuff for the most part, but I'm the nicest person too. So yeah, you can't put stereotypical
Actually, Heidi is
crap
one of
on
the nicest
everything,
people you'll ever meet.
but I can be a bitch. And sometimes I just
Well,
want to be a bitch all the time.
okay. In all fairness, here's how it works, guys. And again, I'm not picking on Heidi or not picking on Heidi.
Depends on the amount of steroids, how much sleep I get, and my pain level. Oh,
And even you will agree to this.
the weather.
The thing is,
If you put out,
it doesn't
If you
matter
make me a
whether
grilled
you're
cheese?
dealing with nationality. It doesn't matter. Sexuality, it doesn't matter. Point being is, you know how nice a person is to you, they can be the direct opposite as worse.
well,
to
what did I
you.
say this morning? That if my daughter was in the house or my mother was in the house, I'd be taking the shit out on them. It just happens to be
I
you're in
wasn't
the
talking
house
about
when
you,
I'm in a
babe.
bad
I'm
mood.
talking about like
Oh,
as a general rule. What I'm saying is, if like, okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, if a person is as nice to you, they can be just as nasty to you.
that's a
That's my
relationship.
point, and
If
that's
somebody's nice to you all the time and turns
well, it
vanilla,
has
you don't
nothing
want
to
to live
do.
with that.
That's the thing. It doesn't matter whether you have a relationship with them or not. You can be just friends with them, and they'll turn on you like that.
Well, here's another thing. When you have friends, a lot of them will put on a good face no matter what.
What I'm saying is the passion can go both ways. And now here's the thing: they can be passive and don't seem like they care at all, and it'll go both ways either. You can't tell whether they're pissed at you or they love you. They'll be like,
That's Tampo here.
wait, what? No.
Hey,
You
Georgie
know,
says your new chick kind of looks like me. I'm Gio's lover. That's who I am.
there you go. This mug is approved by Gio. True story. I'm not even making that up.
Dun, 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 dun. One night in Bangkok, I will attack Gio.
Oh,
Throw him down on the bed
girl.
and rip them sheets off. Put a little baby oil on top.
Isn't that where he's at right now? He's in Bangkok.
I don't know where he is.
Yeah, no, he's in Thailand, I thought.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Typical LDR. Yeah, so here's the thing. That was a very strange roller coaster ride. And the fact she came back, I'm like, well, shit, we got a couple fish to fry, but we'll bring back in the Armstrongs because the damnedest thing is here. Let's bring this up and start this pony show right now. Okay, basically, let me give you a breakdown of what's going on. So you have the Armstrong family. This family came. He came during the pandemic, Richard, and then you have Donna. Their channel, we watched it grow from nothing to something in months. They made it up to 140,000 in a short period. But their biggest deal is that they were building a house. He was doing construction. Now, as I'm to understand, I think he did some construction in the US. I mean, like right now, he's currently a truck driver. So he's back to truck driving, made it back to the US and all this. I think he was just a jack of all trades. I don't think building construct. I think he just knew how to do it. I don't know if that was his entire life. But anyways, I could be wrong. Fill me in if he is a full time person that did construction. But he came to the Philippines. If I remember this correctly, he came to the Philippines. He hooked up with a woman that had already been with an expat. There was a new baby. Mistake number one. I would wait. Don't arrive on an LDR and marry a woman. Allegedly, they married online, said they did the 13A online. I think there was some discrepancy in all that because there was never a filing of a 13A. Remember, there was a whole thing around that. But he married her. She had a new baby because the baby is officially 6 or 7 now that belongs to another expat. She's also got a daughter somewhere around 19 or 20 from, I thought it was another expat. Could be a Filipino, but I thought it was another expat. So I think he was her third expat. There's so many red flags at this point. They hook up, they live with the family. She does the supporting. Now, she said on and off that it wasn't him with the money, it was her. Like he had some money but didn't bring a lot of money. And they started to build a house and invested. I think he brought enough money to get the business started. Well, where did she get the money?
Okay, let's not get there right now.
Well,
But go on. What I'm saying is, I'll have
okay, I'm just trying to give people a wrap up
I
real
have
quick. So,
answers for that later. Yeah, but
okay,
go ahead.
so what happened at that point? They did this house. They built one, and then I believe they sold the first house, and they started constructing a second one. They took on a loan. She mentioned something about
Okay,
extreme debt.
full disclosure. Before Heidi goes on, I mean, sorry, but just so you guys know, first off, they bought the first. Well, they built the first house for them, but then they got so much success on their YouTube channel on the build
Correct.
that they
That's true.
decided to keep on doing this, and then decided to contract the future builds.
And then there was some
And
controversy around that because didn't
correct,
they say that, according to different sources and what was being said, there was some sort of scamming, price scamming, non-paying of
allegedly.
employees, alleged, all this stuff was going on same time. And then all of a sudden, it turns out Richard, for more than a year and a half, was sleeping in the other room, or they had not had a whole lot of relationships.
Guest
So,
house.
right. So, and he had parties and women, and then boom, all of a sudden there's a
My man.
breakup, and they ended up on the Rafi Tulfo show, and she laid him out because there was this whole deal about nude photos that was given one boyfriend to him, or the ex-husband or whoever gave them to him, and then he goes, well, they were given to me, but I reposted them to see if she would click on them or fall for my trap. And he said that on Rafi, so Rafi's like, hey, you're going to get deported based on blah blah blah. So they kept talking about a divorce they carried
Yeah,
out. There was
this
a full
is
channel.
Donna on
Then he
Rafi Tufo.
renamed it. Then she was on it for a little bit, and then she got her own channel. And this is more than a year ago. So her channel still exists. His channel actually exists. He took the channel. Okay, he had a girlfriend, by the way, and these two got into it, and the girlfriend pretty much told her, mind your own damn business. She blamed the girlfriend. There was a whole bunch of bickering on
Oh
this
my
one.
god.
But a whole deal is the divorce allegedly is finalized according to her 48 hours ago, but she's waiting for it to be filed. In the meantime, she's announced that in her video that she's got a new Filipino boyfriend, and she
Okay,
wanted to be
but
sure to tell
hold
people.
on, hold on.
Oh, we're going to be adding more. This is a whole two
I
or
know,
3 hours.
but real quick, what I'm getting at is I didn't want you to blow through this part. The reason why I told Heidi to stop, I didn't want to stop her roll, is
Yeah, no,
because
you are interrupting my train of thought.
I understand. I'm so sorry,
It's okay.
but this is actually relevant. Is because is he Armstrong still with this woman?
Well, no, he's back in the U.S. He's a truck driver. He has no relation, as I understand,
That's
and
what I'm getting at. And
he's having a
remember,
hard time back in the U.S. It looks like
now
he's a truck driver now.
this first off, this woman has nothing to do with the argument between these two couple. That's none of her business. It really
I
isn't.
think the new boyfriend and all of this, I think she's still in love with him because she's
Oh,
actually did a whole video based on Richard.
whoa! I'm not talking about that. I mean, yes.
She's in love.
Do I agree? Okay. All right. Hold on. Pump the brakes here. That's what I was getting at. First off, the woman that was in Rafi Tufo, that some of you do follow us, and the ones that don't follow us, they were in Rafi Tufo. The thing I didn't agree on, again, first off, I don't care whether, first off, I have no skin in this game. Neither does Heidi. Armstrongs, both Armstrongs, because they're still named Armstrong when they went into Rafi Tufo. The problem I have with when they showed up on the show is, for some strange reason, arm you know the guy brought his new girlfriend over. I'm like, wait, why? She has nothing to do with this relationship. Now, whether or not you cheated with or without, or I don't, nobody cares. But point is, she shouldn't be in that show, and that's what I was getting at. Now, also my point right now is, you know what? Point is, point taken. Because she's irrelevant. You know why? She's not there anymore. And that's what I was trying to get at. That she's
Yeah,
irrelevant.
she was just a doorstop,
She's a, what do you call that?
doorknob.
as Americans call it,
Swinging ball. Lips.
rebound.
Teeth. Oh, rebound.
Rebound.
I called her Teeth McGee's. So Donna comes out, okay, and she's discussing in this video, as she has in the past year. 6 months ago, she was letting videos out of Richard this and Richard that and what he did to me. And she's going on, I get it. I'd be carrying on about George probably for about 3 years. And she comes back with the most dramatic Filipino video that I told George, I was like, man, this is dramatic. She shows herself waking up out of bed carrying weights, saying it's the weight of her relationship. Okay, it's almost done. Carrying the weight of her relationship. And she said this is what it was like to live with him and what he caused me and all the harm. And I get it, but you still talking about Richard, man. And so she created this whole scenario on her video, hers, not one that she got out of a book, of immaturity, what she'll deal with, who she'll date. And I told her, she's lucky she even found anybody. With the list that she produced, it was unreal. Got to be physically fit, got to be mentally fit. And I get standards. See, I'm gonna leave that. I almost let the cat out of the bag.
No, keep going. Yeah.
But hold on, so I can see this a little better.
Yeah,
victim blaming, challenges, immaturity, misunderstanding. The relationship was like an unlicensed driver. So she said for 6 months she did self-reflection. Evidently not enough. Because
okay.
Well, the fact she came out of the racehorse gate with another carrot in her mouth, running around the goddamn track. What the hell?
Okay.
You still bitching?
I'm not bitching. Okay.
No, her. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about
her.
she's still
Okay.
still on this track of
No, first off, full disclosure.
victim blaming.
I'm not blaming anybody.
And she's got a new Filipino. There she is.
Now this is holding hands. Okay, first off.
Are they both bleaching?
Guys, again, I really don't mean to interrupt Heidi, but here's the thing. Heidi, when
and he doesn't exactly look healthy to me.
Well, I wish he didn't go to the next frame again. Now.
And who the hell says healthy relationship and then shows up at the bread stand here? Okay, I need to be in a healthy relationship with this guy that's healthy. And
you didn't skip over. The reason why is because here's the thing. Again, I'm not picking on her or
I feel the bitch effect.
Or him or this other new guy. Okay.
Look at me. I'm in my la-di-da coffee shop. Gonna get me some croissants and some sugary items because I'm in a healthy relationship.
Regardless of whose side you're on. Okay. Again, I'm impartial here. I'm not trying to defend her because she's Filipino. I'm defending her only because of what I see. Here's the math of things. The math of things is, did the guy, Armstrong guy, leave her high and dry? Yes, because he skedaddled, left her alone, and left her with the debt. Fact. Not fiction, not made up, not allegedly, because I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it works. The reason being is because this entire time I was watching their channel, and Heidi was watching the channel, I was even asking, like, where the frick is this money coming from? And then when she says, well, it's because it's all from loans, from debt. And I'm like, And guess what? As an expat, who do you think is going to qualify for a debt loan?
No, it wasn't him. So
not
no, she
Heidi.
did her part.
However, in all fairness, for example, in all fairness, and this is what I was getting at earlier because I didn't want to jump the gun. In all fairness, let's say me and Heidi decide to buy a house. If I alone go get a loan for a house, I probably won't get approved. You know why? Because
you got savings and no current monthly job, except
blah 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 blah. But if I show up with Heidi, they'll be like, okay, approved. So what I'm saying is the loan under her name? Do I believe? Yes, I believe the loan is under her name.
Yeah, because she said they were under stress. They claim that's why they started building again.
But do I believe that she will get approved from the loan by herself. No. So I'm just playing both sides here because that's the realistic part.
Yeah,
Is
they needed each other at that
correct.
point.
You need both. It's kind of like a co-signer. Well, technically, that's exactly what Heidi would be, a co-signer. Without a co-signer, even in the U.S., without that co-signer, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys in the chat would never have gotten a loan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think a lot of this relationship, the whole thing is she blames
It's
him for one
intertwined,
thing that she
for
said,
good or
she
bad.
put all this stuff out there. He had mental health issues, that he was this, he was, cheating on me. And she put out all this stuff. And I did hear her slightly saying how there was tempo and how she was under stress. And yes, doing YouTube, and we were editing all the time and moving from Mexico to here and learning the Philippines. There was stress at some point for me. But as far as like victim blaming back and forth and her breaking down their relationship, I'm like, I hope she took some responsibility. It didn't sound like it.
Well,
And it says, look, this guy has 173 subscribers, 73,000. No, he didn't. That was a channel where she did the editing. He changed the name of the channel and removed all the videos. That
Okay.
is not Richard's numbers.
So
that was the
that's-
family numbers, and
Now-
he removed all the videos.
No, right. Now, in all fairness, what Heidi's saying is, and this is important. The reason being is because
now, for example, what I'm getting at is who has the vision here? Okay.
for example, between me and Heidi, honestly, Heidi has the vision.
Fact.
Okay. Who has a vision in the Armstrong relationship? She does. Okay. I'm just giving
Credit where credit's due.
what I'm saying is, if Armstrong existed by himself alone,
Could he have driven these numbers by himself? I'm gonna tell you right now.
We said no. It was her
I'm gonna tell you right,
editing.
no, bro. I'm telling you right now, no.
That was her. You
you
might have had the
know-
construction.
It doesn't have to do
side.
with her.
That's the thing.
He knows that he couldn't do it.
Right, but what I'm saying is, looks like they both had a part, because I'm not believing she
Right,
was fully
it's
the construction.
Whoever has the vision is the one
That will make the numbers.
It doesn't matter how smart you are, how
Well, she said she learned the construction. What I'm saying is they both had their part in both sides. She
Well,
learned
what
from
I'm saying
him,
is
and
a lot of
vice
people
versa.
don't realize that
It comes down to
that
she's still
Heidi
in
has the
love.
vision, and
she's actually the one that knows. For example,
Yeah, we both have our part
Well,
as far as
well,
the channel.
you know I'm nothing without you. Fact.
Evidently so.
No, I recognize it. I've always had. You know that.
I know.
But point
It's
being
not easy.
is,
Yeah, it's not easy. Something definitely fell apart. But
point is,
they're still in love. That's the point.
well,
the fact
that,
she came back giving dating and love advice,
well,
and
that's
how
I was getting at, whether they in love it or not. The point is, guys,
there's
what-
the weight she said was Richard, by the
or
way.
men or women doesn't matter. If you do find a Filipino partner,
We have
you
some footage of the
to
boyfriend.
appreciate your partner.
So stick around.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. You just have to make it through everything. All relationships are tough. And
Oh
if
no!
you haven't lost
doesn't-
fingers and
it
toes,
doesn't matter
and you weren't
whether
beat to a
they're,
pulp and thrown
you
in a deep
know-
freezer, then you're okay.
Wait, what?
I mean, water, antifreeze, and salt. I
Thank
mean,
God,
That freezer's small.
I mean, not that small.
okay, so there she is showing her dramatic weights. If that's Richard, the relationship, the channel, all this stuff weighing down on her. But she came back after 6 months that I'm dating a Filipino, but this Filipino is not from the Philippines. She made very clear to tell you that he's not your average Filipino. And she will be discussing him later, but she's going on about this relationship, and it was a little dramatic. I can't believe she came back after 6 months with as good as she can edit and do content. And she is going on about it. Just kind of blew my mind all the way around. Are you ready for the relationship? She went on about what caused the problems, validation, holding grudges, playing the name and the blame game, being passive aggressive, difficulty, emotional, being validated, the need for excessive attention. I believe that says something of fear of intimacy. So she's kind of thrown together her own chart, but I don't know in the dating thing why she put a whole family in there and kept pointing to it. I mean, I get it, but she basically referred to him as the ready for a relationship. Is the relationship like mature? By the way, this is still Simpology 101 part 2, if you guys didn't see at the end, because it seemed like they were both simping for each other. She was after something too, and the reason he is at that numbers is that used to be their entire channel and he dumped everything. And he took over the channel because it was probably in his name. The taxes, everything was linked back to the US, like a lot of YouTube channels. They'll throw all their shit back to the US, including their wives' channels, and they're all registered to the US to pay taxes over there, which avoids them from legally registering as a business and paying their taxes here and doing all of that stuff,
Okay,
including their wives' channels.
just
But
real quick.
that's probably why it was all in his name and he took over in the end.
Now,
And she might have been done. Hey, I think the boyfriend's up and coming. Okay, so I couldn't figure out why Richard was in a bar. It's like I don't know if he was working at one before he became a truck driver. 'Cause I don't know if anybody else knows why one of his videos he was actually in somebody's bar. I think he was working there for a while.
well, I honestly don't know. The reason why I say I don't know is because not picking at him, and Richard, don't take this personally.
Hey, there's the boyfriend. Told you guys I had footage of the boyfriend.
Yeah, too soon. But anyway,
Donna's new boyfriend, Mr. Poggy. So, hey, now you can say you've seen
bring it
him.
back to Richard.
Oh.
Because you're baby.
That is Richard.
Yep. Whoa. All right. Now, first off,
See the difference? Her new boyfriend.
Jesus Christ! I know the monkey's
and
white,
Richard.
but that's different. No.
See, that's the difference of a Filipino in the Philippines and a Filipino from somewhere else. I guess they're cuter somewhere else. Okay, here, I'll bring you back to Richard.
Right.
There you go. Oh.
No, not that. There. Okay. Now, first off, I even told Heidi about this one. First off, I'm not picking at Richard. The reason why I question this scene is because anybody who's been in a bar has a lot of questions. One,
Pablo doesn't know anything about the Armstrongs. I thought he's been around for a while.
Well, it doesn't matter. Again, it's not about. Well, I mean it as in it's not about Pablo right now. Sorry, Pablo. No offense to you. This show is about the Armstrongs, not Pablo Chicano.
Well, it's about the whole thing.
What I'm saying is, first off,
he's permanently living in the U.S. again because of a bad relationship.
So first off, one, I don't see. There's two issues I have with this, and guys, I'm not picking on Richard by any means. The two questions is this a bar? Now, if it is a bar, it's a dive bar. Why? One, look, if Richard works in a dive bar, what the frick is he wearing?
Okay. I mean, look at his shirt.
Two,
yeah, he's
what kind of, even as a dive bar, what kind of half decent dive bar would have mismatching furniture? If you don't understand what I'm saying, then don't even
ask.
It
was his sister's bar.
Okay, that's okay. Sorry again, if this is true, then again, what half decent bar would have mismatching furniture, especially if it's a sister, aka a woman who owns the bar? Then she would say, "Oh no, that just doesn't match. That won't go." I'm not picking at anybody, but point being is, what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, second, if it is an actual bar, okay, what I'm saying, or rather, if it's an actual bar, it's mismatch. If it's not an actual bar, here's a question: if this is his basement or some shit like that,
it's not.
Why the fuck do you have that much liquor, bro?
It's not.
I know, babe. That's not the point I'm trying to make. I'm trying to make a point that if it's a dive bar, it's a real shitty dive bar. If
he hit rock bottom.
If
he was married
if
to a
it's
Filipino.
your own personal liquor, bro, you need to get a life.
What it looks like, according
even alcoholics will say.
The whole point is he's hit rock bottom. He went back, he become a truck driver. According to her, he had nothing and had no plans when he arrived, no money. They actually lived upstairs in a bedroom with the family. Didn't even add an addition, nothing. She nursed him all the way through everything. According to him, he had drug issues, he had mental issues, he was broken from relationships. I don't know how long he had been out of his relationship, but what I can see of her, she wasn't doing hot to trot either. Wasn't like she was the full bank and everything. And she's already been with a couple expats and had kids, and she's been through the whole thing herself. So they've both been through the ringer. And I think they jumped into a relationship. Then they went through 2 years of living separate in another area of the house or whatever, and the guests, whatever, and they've really not been getting along. Boom, the divorce. It got nasty. All these videos were put out and they went through all this split selling thing. She continued to build the house. Now she's put out another video on relation and what she did, what she didn't do, and she's with somebody else. But to me, it's like she still wants more. There's still something going on that she's got him, or is she making content? Let me know. Do you think she was still in love based on that, or do you think that she's just doing more content? It's very well possible this was just more content. I don't know why she would go from a family video to giving that full dating advice.
First off, again, for those of you wondering, like, see that lamp that's in the display, I'm just letting you know it's actually really easy to get that. It's not that hard. Well, eBay, first off, if you want to buy it. If you want to get for free, all you need to do is if you know somebody in the business, which when I was in the US, I knew people in the business. But now what Heidi's saying is, do you have the scene where they were holding hands? I know it's kind of,
yeah. What
you don't
is the
have
deal?
to.
I know, but what is?
Because you mentioned it. If you hadn't mentioned it, it's one. Then again, it is important. No. It's about way past that. It's way past that. Okay, there. Now, first off, this is her holding hands, so that's not her brother. This is her current partner. I know Heidi put up a monkey because we thought it was funny. Now, the issue we have with this is the duality of things, and what I mean by duality is, what was the first thing she said? Not somebody overweight.
Yeah, I can't look at that list or have it up in front of me. But right, she's got a whole list of standards. She'll be single for the rest of her life. And I'm not believing this guy after seeing him in the bakery that he's healthy. So she's already pulling up bullshit.
Well, first off, again,
I'm going to call her bullshit out. All she wanted to do was content, and she's in love with Richard. She's just using this guy. He's a fall guy to cover up her whatever, so she doesn't sit around in the dark at night saying, what the hell did I do, like she kept repeating, and what did he do? And to rest her little mind, she moved on with the Filipino. Better that he's from another country that can afford to support her and the kid and everything else going on, in a nutshell.
Okay. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with what Heidi's saying. And there's nothing wrong with what Donna is saying. However, the issue I have personally, Donna, if you're listening, you did take this video or this shot with your list that says he must not be overweight. And whether or not your current partner is overweight or not, how does that look right now? What I'm saying is, I'm not picking on this guy because I could care less. I'm not with you. I'm not with this guy. I'm with Heidi. She's my wife. What I'm saying is okay. What I'm saying is you're here telling your viewers, oh, don't date somebody who's overweight. Wait, hold on. You're
right here, yeah. Deal breakers. Somebody who smokes with any addiction, not physically fit.
Yeah,
has history of kids. She won't date anybody with kids, but she's got 2 of them, at least 2.
Leave it there. Now,
abandonment, somebody who's immature. That list about 80%
now,
of men.
The issue I have,
one point or another, lazy, lack of effort. I don't know what a dugout is or a dugout.
I think that's for language. Again, now here's my issue, and again, remember, I'm not defending her nor am I attacking her because this is being
self-aware.
This is being neutral. First off, smoking. First off, that's your personal preference because smoking does not change a person. The end. Okay, that's even
an argument. Addiction. Now, addiction is an issue because
This can either bring you to that could literally destroy your family and your resources or not. AKA smoking is an addiction. So again,
Sure is
that
an
kind of is kind of
addiction.
like, well, you know, depends.
She's got
All
an
right,
addiction to
next.
expats.
Not physically fit, and this is where this picture comes in place. First off, obviously, here's the thing, guys. When we first arrived in the Philippines, I'm gonna tell you right now, you guys are welcome to go watch our very first videos when we were first in the Philippines. And a lot of you, I would say 98% of you will say I was physically fit. And guess what? I will say I'm not physically fit. You know why? Physically fit does not mean you're physically fit. That's a varying standard. For example, can I parkour? Can I climb mountains and stuff like that when I first arrived in the Philippines? Yes, but guess what? In my book, I was never good enough. So that's somewhat like a, well, hard to tell because your physical fitness is not Heidi's physical fitness, not Donna's physical fitness, not Richard's physical fitness. You get my point. Next,
Yeah,
okay, all right. Yes, history of kids. Okay, do you have the authority to call the kettle black, the pot black, or however, whichever version of the saying you say, because there's several versions of the saying. Point being is, apparently you have kids, Donna, okay, and Richard. Obviously, you have kids too. Again, do I have kids? Yes, I have kids too.
Financially
I'm not
struggling. She was
I'm not
living with her
right,
family,
and I'm not
so she
calling
wasn't doing well herself.
right. I'm not calling anybody anything, but point being is that it does not mean shit. It doesn't mean you have kids. You're a bad person. Okay. Next, abandonment. Okay, abandonment that varies too. You guys don't know the circumstances. Immature. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Most guys have a very big form of just men are men. Women are
Men will
women.
always be immature, and women. Okay, I'm not trying to defend mankind or menkind, as it were. Even women has a form of immaturity. It's just not our version of immaturity, if that makes any sense.
okay. Financially struggling, as Heidi said.
Well, that's somewhat. I hate to say this. At our age, you you know,
Her list is out there, and she made this all this stuff was something she put out there.
Okay. Lazy, lack of effort.
well, that's
Avoid
within
getting tired. Who doesn't get tired?
within
She's not a
reason.
spring chicken
Within
herself.
reason. I can't see the rest. But
Yeah, you can't see it all because it all isn't.
yeah. So what I'm saying is, be aware that again, there's nothing wrong with what she's
Saying per se, but most of it mostly applies to her. Because again, I'm not picking on the guys or the girls. Everybody in chat right now will agree. Everybody has a different list. You can't, say, oh, hey, well, this and this and this.
Yeah.
Well, that's your
Nobody
list.
that's cheated, anybody who calls names, anybody who's hot tempered. She's talking about Richard. That's not every freaking man. So what I'm saying is she's still got Richard on the brain. She's chose this next man thinking he's going to be the next best thing. And as I'm to understand, he's still an expat. He's Filipino by nation, but he is a foreigner.
All right.
She said he lives in another country, so she took on technically another expat.
Now,
These are Richard's
now,
issues.
here's the thing.
You can't throw that on the next man and then tell people that
Let's go on the defense of the expats. Again, remember, guys, I'm Filipino, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm pro-Filipino. If that makes any sense. Oh, what I believe is wrong. What's right is right. All right. What I'm getting at is I already know the answers. Most of the time when I ask Heidi a question, I already know the answer. I'm just asking
Heidi so she would respond.
Is the child in the videos that Donna May shows, is that
Richard's child?
No, but for a long time they led people to believe until the divorce. It was never really. I mean, it was mentioned on and off, but
Okay.
it's kind of like
So
Beachback Mountain shit.
now why is this relevant? The reason why this
Happy
is relevant
family,
is
happy
because
life, happy channel,
now
more money.
again, I'm not picking on anybody. I'm pretty sure 1,000% guarantee is
Preach,
I'm
George.
1,000% sure that Mommy May's father of her child and Richard are not the only two relationships she's been with.
No. She's got a 20-year-old something daughter.
And what I'm getting at is
Unsure if it's an expat, but it's not her first rodeo.
Who is the common denominator between all those relationships?
All the breakups, yes, correct.
All those breakups. Do you think it's Richard's fault?
I bet you he had some issues, but the self-reflecting has to come back to the Filipina.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is it Richard's fault? The chat can agree, can crucify me all they want. Is it Richard's fault that Mommy May has all these breakups before Richard? No.
And
And Heidi said in her exact words is every relationship that broke up, whose fault is it?
Mine.
No, that's not what she said.
I like to lick them.
It's
I like to lick their wallet. I like some money to pay my rent.
One person's fault.
No, it's I myself can't stand anybody that doesn't admit fault or they don't take blame or whatever.
Correct.
There are some relationships they break up, they run, they hide like an immature child, and they run and never say sorry. They don't deal with the relationships, they run like kids. Men and women are totally different. Women think like one way when they're mature or deal with business. You just got some immature men and women all the way around. Even women, no cooking, no cleaning, no nothing, and they just want to party till they're 40 years old. So everybody's different. But the whole deal is that she seems to be, and she's doing videos. She waited 6 months. Richard is now a truck driver. He talked about it. There were a bunch of videos he took down. When he got back, he said all kinds of shit about it. He said he didn't remember. Do you remember those videos? He said he didn't feel safe in the Philippines. He couldn't say nothing. There was a divorce going on. There were threats. The cops were being called. All kinds of shit. Those videos are gone. So just want to let you know there was a lot going on. So the whole point of this is it's another expat Filipina divorce. She's now moved on. She's still stuck on Richard. I don't care how she looks at it, or she's totally out for 100% content. You guys could say the same. Well, here you are covering them. No, actually, we would cover just about anything right now. We would do it for the hell fun of it. So the whole thing is she came back. We're signed up for the video came up, and I said she's still in love with Richard. And I was like, well, what is he up to? I was like, oh, great, he's a truck driver now, and he seems to move on. But she's did this whole dramatic video. I said, yeah, we got to cover this. A lot of people had interest. So for those that don't know, now you know. I'm surprised there are the few comments about people saying they didn't know the story, but it's been about a year. So we covered like 2 videos, and they ended up on the Rafi Tulfo. It's a online relationship of a woman that had a new baby. Like that baby, she just got out of an expat relationship. He was a fool. Like she was pregnant when they were talking. That baby was only a few months old when he showed up, and they'd already been in a relationship. He took on a Filipina that had another expat's kid and was dealing with all of that. And then they just got locked down during the pandemic. A lot of hate going on, a lot of I did too much and you didn't do enough, and a bunch of blame back and forth. Me and Georgia, this isn't our first rodeo. We know how this hate-love relationship, but it looks like they couldn't actually make it go. And now she's still at it, and she's with a Filipino expat that she's making clear that he's different than regular Filipinos. And here she is again. She's in another relationship, and he's taking on a woman that's got at least 2 kids. And I think the first one is an expat. I could be wrong. She might be all Filipina, but I don't know about that. So there's a lot going on.
Well, and like I said, remember, in the end,
whether Donna or Richard will agree with me or Heidi, point being is they never got to where they were at without each other, for good or for worse. The same way that me and Heidi have never gone where we're at with or without each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like a catch-22. It's like you can't blame me without blaming Heidi, and you can't blame Heidi without blaming me. because that's the reality thing. That's why it's called a couple. You're not single anymore. It doesn't matter how much you think of yourself. You're not that important without your partner. And that most of the time is factual. Unless your partner isn't there. It's like you have an absentee partner, which is kind of contradictory because you can't call yourself a part. You can't call your partner a partner if he or she wasn't there in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. So we're going to go through some comments here. Let us know if you've watched the Armstrongs before, or if you've seen her video. Do you think she's still yelping out for Richard, or if this was just all a content situation?
Or if this new guy is a rebound.
Oh, yeah. Because she made clear to say that she's pushing her divorce through the Philippine courts. In my opinion, she says basically it sounded like she was basically saying this new guy's the love of her life situation. Looks like she's gonna marry this guy.
Okay, now here's the thing I have
We
with
shall
that. Since
see.
Heidi brought it up, isn't that too soon?
Been a year, more than a year since. She's been 6 months since the video. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, yes, but some people have married 4 months after getting together. We waited 2 years to get married, which for our age, I think that's still pretty good considering it's not our first rodeo. Some people wait 2 weeks when they get here. Don't date when you guys get to the Philippines. All the loving between the legs situation that could be going on, and romance and fun you can have here. These guys tie themselves down in the first 3-4 months they get here. They lose their mind, and somebody cooks and cleans for them, and then they just fall over. It's true. So do not get married when you first get here. Rule number one. A lot of vloggers have told you guys that, but yet somehow they don't. I don't get it.
First punani.
Mm-hmm. What's going on? Black Grandpa is in the house. Victoria is in the house. Oh yeah, Slick Rick. Yeah, we were doing the live stream last night. It was 8 or 9 o'clock. We did that live to test out that other software. That software stunk.
Yeah, the software stunk.
Yeah, so we'll just stick where we're at. Let's see. Yeah, Lonnie Anderson. Yeah, was married. I said dating, but yes, I knew they were married. But she had to be up there. She had to be. If my grandmother passed away at 86, and that was years ago, Lonnie Anderson, she had to be up there. Did they say how old she was? Did you catch how old she was?
No. But I mean, Burt Reynolds passed away.
When expats see and hear Heidi, it brings back trauma they experienced from the West. They're just weak men. Well, that's what I said. People pick on George for being weak, and they go on about shit over and over again. It's like you guys don't realize. I'm not going to lay down and take shit either, but you think he takes
79.
shit? Wow, I thought she was older than that.
79.
Okay. I thought she would have been in her late 80s or something, but I guess so. But no, by no means is George. George kicks back. George goes where he wants. I have full confidence when he goes and stays a night or two at his family house, or there's an event out of town. And all of this, he goes out with his friends. I mean, do I give him a hard time about things? Has there been issues?
Okay.
Yeah, sure, there's been
Now,
issues, but
full disclosure.
any relationship.
Full disclosure, even Heidi will agree to this.
First off,
And remember, men bring their own trauma in the U.S. When I see an American man, I also get traumatized.
That's what I was
Remember
getting at.
that.
Is Heidi? I'm gonna be honest with you. Heidi, in all honesty,
would have never married an Asian.
Now she does worry about when she doesn't hear from me. Fact. I mean, and who doesn't? Who doesn't? But does she ever think or dream about or even think for a second that I cheat on her or anything? No, she doesn't. She doesn't because she doesn't. She knows me. Heidi knows me. I wouldn't.
We're just not the cheating
So no, but it's just for example, let's say I go out. Just an example, I go out on a concert, and then if I go, and then she doesn't hear from me, like an hour before, an hour after the concert, she would
stuck, babe.
feel a little antsy, only because she knows that I'm the kind of guy who would say, "Hey, just so you know, this and this and this." But you have to remember that nobody can, and I'm letting you guys
It's not
know,
easy keeping the
or
headband on
women
and then
know, that there's a lot of times where your partner may not be able to chat with you or have a
costume
signal.
change.
You know what I'm saying? Because I even told her, like, for example, when we first arrived here, remember when we first landed here in the Philippines?
Oh man, that whole thing. We had a big fallout when we first got here over a signal. We had no signal in our
No, there's
first
no signals, and
place.
that's the point I was trying to make. Is I even told her, please text me because in all probability, and I'm letting you guys know, and women, when you arrive here in the Philippines, if you do have a Philippine phone line to coordinate with your Filipino partner, text. Don't assume that they can answer your phone call because even in the US, you guys know somehow texts make it through the phone, but phone calls can't. And I even told Heidi, I said, I don't know
Yeah.
where I'm gonna be. I'm looking for a house for us.
We were both under
You know what I'm
stress.
saying?
It
So
was a
that kind of stuff.
pandemic. You have
So
to take in consideration there was a lot going
no.
on,
That's why I'm
and
explaining to our viewers that they have to be aware that if you text first and then make a phone call and then go from there. Point being is you don't always have a signal.
yeah. W. Hi from New York. Hey, are power problems the same in Manila? It seems more expats are touting BGC. It can still have a problem in BGC,
Okay,
but
it's now in Manila. In BGC, it's a lower probability. In Manila, the closer you are to Meralco, the lesser problems you have.
you still can have
No,
issues.
you
Yeah.
still can have issues. But what I'm saying is, for example, Tondo. And again, I'm not picking
But
on
yeah,
Tondo.
BGC is
But
nice.
the reason why I say Tondo is because it's is an example. Now, Tondo is in Manila. The reason why Tondo has a higher probability of you losing power is because there's a lot of people who use jumpers. And what are jumpers? It's when people illegally hook up their electrical grid to their house. So I'm saying, of course, this has a higher probability of burning out the transistors or whatever in that area. That's all.
Said Richard was a line foreman. According to Black Grandpa, Chubbs WC, which we used to watch more often but haven't for a little bit, says he's got a new girlfriend. No surprise. We seen a breakup coming for quite some time. It just seemed like when she was on air, there was some sort of problem. You could see, like women could tell when other women are copying attitudes in videos or the distance of how they sit, where they were hanging on each other in the beginning. They did less videos together than it was just him. There were signs. And it says, yeah, Chubbs Dub C has a girl. I guess he's in Thailand with her. So he's a single guy. I mean, there's
Be free,
no
man. Be free.
surprise. Hey, what's going on, Sky Tech? Oh, Donna is back again. Yeah, you seen her video last night. Yeah. Um, Elvis, I'll address this really quick and really don't care. He's grasping at straws. No surprise. So the British expat in the Philippines is
Okay,
calling you guys scammers,
just
and
real
we were
quick.
just talking about other channels.
Regardless of who they are, if they're calling us scammers, how are we scamming?
And here's another thing. That guy's grasping at straws. Like literally, he covered the Filipina P and only got a couple hundred views of her damn mailbag. That is grasping at straws. Doing content on me is grasping straws. And or talking about George or poor George this is the same guy that has his own issues on his own relationships, his own house, and his content is shit, like real shit, and he doesn't have a whole lot going on. It's the same guy mixed with three or four other channels, and it's not even so good for him. He's trying to be relevant. Elvis, we haven't seen you in a while, which is in my when's the last time we seen Elvis? Yeah. So we only see Elvis every now and then. Then he comes in mentioning the British expat. He's trying to be relevant. We've said that before. He wants us to respond to this and he wants us to respond, and he's still shit. So good for him. We don't watch him. So everything just goes in one ear and out the other. The only time they report is if he's making threats. And besides that, I don't give a shit. The man is useless as piss in a piss pot. That's about what's going on with him. He's trying to be relevant, and the last shit he covered a few days ago that came up in our feed, it was the Filipina P. And when he tried to cover us last week or a few days ago, he got little to no numbers. It's pathetic because there is no scams. There's nothing illegal. There's all kinds of shit going on. And I'm like, well, you got nothing. He's mad at MYK since his ass got attacked by MYK on our live stream. He's always running down Americans. He's always bitching about Australians and that he's American, Australian, and British. He's trying to be relevant in all fields, and he's not. So he's just a dumbass expat that's washed up and his lady left him, and I think he's living with his landlord and whatever he is. He's trying to be relevant. And we really don't give a shit. He's desperate for money is what he is. So these guys are simps marrying Filipinas with children. Yeah, these guys we're talking about earlier married Filipina with 4 children. It's a money. That's Brokeback Mountain that we'll cover on our next live stream. That's the guy, Jim. I think she has 4 or 5 kids and then had a fight out in the province. He's tried 4 or 5 businesses. Then his dumbass goes back to America, works more job, gets more money, comes back. I won't be getting back with her. And realize that 90% of it is for content. I mean, I don't know why he would put every single thing out and talk about her psych and everything in the last couple videos he's done. It's just, he's out there, but I think he's worth covering like Peachback Mountain because he's had all these failed businesses. He married a Filipina with kids. The family is partially to blame for the attack. And there's just a lot going on. And so I think we will cover him as Brokeback Mountain Part 2 to Peachback Mountain because he's out there in the province somewhere. He's in Negros or something. But yeah, she's got 4 kids. She was never married to the first husband. Did he pay for that divorce on that one? So you think most of the time these Filipinas are marrying though, and she had 4 kids. Are they 4 different daddies? Is it she married somebody?
Okay,
because
now
there's no divorce here.
since this was brought up, just real quick, I could care less how many husbands or boyfriends or kids that a woman has or an expat has. My issue is when they're saying, "Oh, my wife this, my wife that, my husband this, my husband that," but they're not actually married. That's my issue because now it goes into decepting their viewers, which means you guys, and that's my issue because everybody has failed relationships.
That's true, but I mean, that's a lot to take on to live out in the province with a woman that has 4 children. They weren't young, they're up there. So then it's not easy raising the teenagers and the mid age ones. And there was a lot that he took on. Then he took on several businesses. So a lot to discuss on that one. That is for sure. Armstrong, you're not the father.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, drama sells. And I get people trying to bring the drama. We would do it for free. Our channel covers anything from expat help to things on immigration to things going on with Filipinos. And at least we're open about it. When a channel sits around and talks about your hair and talks about wigs and nobody having hair, and it's like, come on, that's not a channel. Sorry, yeah, sure, drama sells. It sells everywhere. CNN, Fox, everywhere else. I get it, and we're going to cover what actually goes. But
Right.
we're not going to sit around discussing the Filipina P's mailbag like a dimp.
Yeah. Now,
Summer was seeing a dummy and a
fairness,
simp. He's a dimp. New word of the day, dimp. He's somewhere between a simp and dumb. Dimp.
Okay. Now, in all fairness,
Covering a wig, saying I have no hair,
here's something
like you do.
that Heidi didn't mention. Now, regarding the Armstrong new relationship.
He's mad because Mike got him.
Well,
and I think that's hilarious.
All right. Not saying about the Armstrong new relationship. Now, here's the issue also I have is we didn't show it, but according to Donna, that it's somewhat keyword I said somewhat important that the race kind of matters, and I disagree. And what I'm saying is now does it matter whether or not, for example, if you're British, you marry or be with a British person, or
I have
if
an
you're
answer to
Australian, be with an Australian one. The reason why I disagree with this is because again, it doesn't matter what nationality or race they
The
are.
fact that she mentioned it, I know why.
Well, it's not that. What I'm saying
She
is
mentioned it to get to Richard, that she was with a Filipino. But then she wanted the best of both worlds in front of her Filipinos and in front of the expat side. She mentioned that he was Filipino to get to Richard
I
and to
get
kind of side,
I get
but she had to mention that he was an
I get
outside Filipino,
I
which was odd for me.
I get that too, but again, that's that statement alone negates what she just said.
Oh, that he was Filipino but a foreigner.
Correct, because
She was trying to play both sides.
that negates. Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, first off, I'm a true blood-born Filipino, 100% true and true Filipino, born and raised here in the Philippines. And you know why that's relevant? And
As an adult,
and Filipinos, don't take offense to this because here's the reality. Us Filipinos, born and raised in the Philippines, know whether or not you were born and raised in the freaking Philippines or in the US without you even telling us. You know why? Your behavior is different. Okay? Now, honestly, we could care less. We really don't care where you're from, what your nationality is, wherever. Because that's the point I'm trying to make. It doesn't matter whether you're full blood, half blood, hybrid, you know, whether you're pansexual, heterosexual, whatever. It doesn't matter to us. Point is, if you're a freaking dick, you're a freaking dick.
Doesn't matter what content. We've been saying a bitch is a bitch. All of this.
Correct.
It doesn't matter.
So that's
somehow you guys seem
that's
to think
my argument
American
with
women,
that
American men are
statement.
this way. No, people are people.
Right.
Just bottom line.
Nobody gives a shit
crazy
where you're from,
crazy.
what you're from, what your sexuality is, what you want to screw or F, whatever. Point is, if you're a dick, you're a dick.
And other channels just blame that it's all American or all Australians or all this. It gets so old. Like when I first got here, when I kept hearing American women this and American that, I was like, what the hell? And then certain channels, which even got to Mike at some point, was all Americans, and he fed his entire channel of American bullshit. It's for content. The guy has no content. He has no concept on saying things about just Americans. He can because of this or because of that bullshit. So it's the same with where somebody's from. Crazy is crazy no matter what side of the ocean they're on. Or it just doesn't matter. White, black, Chinese, whatever. Stupid is stupid.
Do you want to be with somebody who says, well, you probably should stick with your own race and you should not be overweight? Well, hate to tell you this again, I'm a very active guy, or used to be. But point being is, I'm not anymore. You know why? Because I'm old. And guess what?
Or people can hide crazy. They can hide all of that shit. People put on their best face.
Right.
She's only 6 months into this relationship, looks to be.
Okay.
You don't think that bitch ain't gonna change?
She's still in
honeymoon phase.
Actually, she's on her declining years. No offense to Mommy May.
She is. I think she's late.
Girl,
30s,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah,
you think you're gonna stay slim forever? Maybe you will, because some people do, but maybe you won't.
I'm not believing Richard was all at fault.
Would you want to be again? Somebody tells Filipinos, "Oh, you should never be with somebody who's overweight." Dude,
hey, it's too bad we couldn't get Richard in today.
You know what I'm saying? Do you really think that, again, because somebody's skinny, okay, is evil? Do you think somebody's fat is evil? No. Nothing to do with that. You think?
I may not be able to keep up with somebody in a freaking
Do you
mall,
think there's no Filipino serial killers? Yeah, I'm just saying. Fact, there are. Do you think there are no British serial killers? Fact, they are. It has nothing to do with race,
I don't know,
or nationality, or weight.
It was extremely odd, Victoria, the video. I thought it was over dramatic with the weights and how how the whole thing weighed her down. All I heard was Richard, Richard, Richard. And I've got a new guy. And basically she was just feeding to him that she's okay. And I would have came back with something totally different. Not even the new boyfriend. She could have updated, like, okay, her daughter's doing this, and did her little cooking thing like she did and just stuck to
well,
something
for example,
else.
the biasness. What I'm saying is her chart. I don't have a problem with the chart, but she should have made sure that her biasness, her own personal keyword, personal biasness, are not there. The reason why is because that
Yeah.
negates the arguments.
Because I guarantee that new guy.
She has a lot of good points, aka
Yeah, sure. There's
she has a lot of good points, but it
sounds like pure blame to me. She said she had to regroup herself, but it sounded like the whole victim card to me. That's what it sounded like. I was so broken down. Let me give you a breakdown. I was so broken down by the weight that Richard weighed me down with all of his burdens, and I was the only one doing the YouTube channel and learning how to live in his world and build, and I did all the housework and I did all the cooking and taking care of my daughter, and all I wanted was a little bit of love. I mean, there's a little bit to this situation, and basically she's recovering and self-grouped and stopped the YouTube channel so she could regroup, and now she's in a relationship and she knows how true love is, and she wouldn't do this and that, and how bad Richard was, blah 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 blah
okay. Now, just real quick about
blah blah blah.
no.
What part of blah blah blah
When
did you not
this
understand?
part is what I was getting at. Women in our chat again, and a lot of you at our age will agree with me on this one. When you be with a guy, guys are usually, keyword usually, not known to be very fatherly or very motherly creatures. Most times, most guys don't give a shit.
No, pretty much. I've been around the world and been around the block. Pretty much, they work. They're
like
workers.
machines.
Yeah.
Guys are
Don't expect guys to have a lot of
Right,
feelings and
right. Most guys on
and if they
average,
do, I can tell you exactly where they're from.
right, on average, they're designed to be money makers in the end. You're lucky
Baby
if
makers,
you're lucky.
fatherly to the
if they
kids,
do that.
manly.
Yeah.
Go to work, come back.
They do is work, make money, punish. Work, make money, punish. And
Here's the thing.
don't hate me on this one, guys. Again, this is not me talking.
And
It's
if
not me
if
talking.
a woman feeds the man and sexes the man and shows him a little bit of attention and doesn't degrade him in front of people, like literally, we're not talking about this YouTube shit you see me and George do. They stay.
They stay. Men
Or
are
until
very
the
simple
women had
creatures.
it, or until the
Men
men.
are very simple creatures.
The moment you cut that shit off from him and you're hating him that much, that's when he strays.
Yeah, now
and
that's the thing. That's why Heidi says, "Oh, okay." You've heard Heidi say out loud that I date, what do you call that? Well,
White women?
before I met Heidi,
Amazons,
I date
Amazon
single
women.
mothers. It's not because I date single mothers. It's because that's where
That's who's attracted to him.
correct.
Because
That's
he's
who
good
I
with
attract
kids,
because I'm
he's
good with
funny,
kids.
and he's very
Correct.
communicative in public. He may
And
seem
I'm very
quiet.
effeminate. But point being is I'm good with kids in that's just a byproduct. That's all. But
Yeah. This is the way all the guys in Dumagetti earn money. Are you talking about the YouTube channel? Yeah, he wasn't from Dumagetti. They all have a basic income. I think a lot of the Dumagetti guys isn't about money. I think it's about narcissism. I'm going to call it out like it is. A lot of these guys are doing channels to be seen.
actually, I'm going to tell you right
Most
now.
of them, most channels in Angel City, Dumagetti, and everywhere do it for narcissism of look at me. A lot of them don't need the money. It's a misconception. They're saying that we do because we're broke. We already said we're broke, bitches. And it's definitely not for the money. We've already repeated. We make a few $100s, and most of it dumps right back into the cats, the apps, and other shit. There is no gain except for to talk shit.
Yeah, well,
and to tell you guys about shit. And
now,
to fill some boredom when I'm not banging his brains out or fixing him barbecue ribs.
Here's the thing. There's a lot of truth to that.
It's narcissism for a lot of these guys.
First off, I tell Heidi that I do watch this YouTuber. I'm not gonna mention his name. I think he is dumb as bricks. Okay, and he's actually a very factual guy, even though he has most of his facts wrong. I would say
no way.
I would say 9 out of 10 he's usually wrong, and I already know the facts without even googling shit. But I watch him nonstop. I'm a big fan of his. One, because Honestly, he reminds me a lot like Heidi because he's very boisterous. He's like, oh, he's very lively and he's very entertaining. But here's the thing, you know what? He doesn't do it for the money. He's got money.
Yeah, there's a lot of channels.
He's got money. He does it for the views. He even says, I'm a narcissistic guy. He even says it. And that's what I love about him. It's the honesty. I love that.
Most people that are doing social media is for the attention. And who doesn't? So look at the Facebooks of people. Some people only have like 40 people on their YouTube channel. I said 5 years ago when we started YouTube that there'll become a point where everybody, which is now happening, everybody will be doing a YouTube channel. Everybody will be on Facebook. Everybody will be on social media, one for their family, but mostly to be seen. They're not trying to hide. They want to reach out, but they're no longer going out. So all these people are like, you bitches are sitting on the couch and you guys don't get out. You don't know everybody's entire life. You don't know all of my life. I don't know all of your life. And what people put out there is not the real perception of who the person is.
Yeah.
So we enjoy the other channels have a full perception that we just fight 24/7, or do we not? Do we sit here and make love all day? Would you guys like a vision?
Well,
Here, let me
more
draw.
honest to you guys than
I'm gonna
most
draw you a
vloggers
picture.
are.
Here, I'm gonna draw you guys a picture.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
And the guy I'm talking to you about, he owns 2 houses and rents an office just for his YouTube. I mean, he even like mocks like his sponsors because he doesn't need the money. That's how rich he is. And like, damn, I wish I could do that.
Look at that. There's me and George all day. That didn't look right.
What the heck is that?
That's me and you all day making love. So we're either fighting all day and barbecue ribs in between.
Well, I guess there's nothing wrong with titty fucking, but yeah.
One in the pink and 5 in the stink. Show me the 5 in the stink.
5 in the stink. What?
Whoa, Heidi wants an upgrade.
If I want an upgrade, I'll get 2 more Filipinos.
It's 2 in the stink. It's 2 in the stink. 4 in the
Why
pink.
does it look like a gun?
Yeah, 2 in the stink, 4 in the pink. Watch out!
Either way, guys, the whole thing is channels are about different things. Anybody that covers us, anybody who talks about us. What did I say today? I said it was about time that bitch out there said something about me. We actually relish. Oh, we didn't get an email from our trolls in the last couple of days. I said, George goes, what, you missed it already? I said, yeah, because we think it's hilarious. We just delete it. Some we open and then we laugh because it's a repeat of the same bullshit. And we know we've already tracked where these emails, some of them have come from. So we kind of know who's doing them, and then others come in. It means that we got to somebody, we irked somebody, they love us. Some are jealous of George, they're jealous of me. And it would be a true jealousy when you're talking about somebody's teeth and hair. I mean, literally talking about hair. I'm like, your hair recently and my hair recently.
Yeah,
and it's
vote for George for president, free head for everyone.
Pretty much. We talked shit about you guys for free.
Free head for everyone.
I mean, when we're done, you know?
Now, whether or not you're sucking the head, that's not my problem.
When it's over, that's the time I fall in love again. And when it's all over, can I get some backup? I know it never ends. It never ends.
No, I know the song. I just can't remember the band.
Wasn't that Anyways,
yeah.
But let's see. Drama sounds like, hey, Thomas, yes. But during the, I don't know what that is.
War
decade.
decades.
Yeah, war decades.
JC.
Yeah. JC, I would say he was rock bottom before he got the truck driving job. Yeah, I mean, when he went back, there was nothing. But I know that he said he couldn't say that until he got back. Then he spilled the beans and then he deleted the videos. But the channel was based on them both. YouTube channels are bad for couples. There for a while, we was doing a video every day. We sat down and recorded expat help the first few years. And then when everybody else used simping and dating and their wives as sexual toys in front of everybody, and then we turned to talk about their defects and their issues as expats and to learn from them, and that this is an issue in the Philippine expat world, then all of a sudden, that's when they took note that it became even worse. And we haven't really gained. All of our numbers are natural. 23,000 for 5 years is not high compared to what they could be, and we don't care. So it's just kind of, but he took that on and she took that on and she said she felt she had to and this and that and it caused problems in their relationship. I guarantee that was 50% of their problem was a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
What, you got yourself a bracelet? Here you go.
Yeah, no, what it was is I was gonna let you guys know again, like Heidi was saying, like, you know, just guys, be safe. Whenever you do the one in the pink, one in the stink, Heidi was saying like,
Oh, you need a
"Hey
floater
George,
chain.
you know,
You need a bracelet to hold on.
take off your ring." I said, "What ring?" That's my bracelet.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, yeah.
That is a ring. I'm glad I don't care that people talk. You guys do realize we want you to talk, right? Go on and talk. You think your nonsense about jobs and hair and size and all of that matters. Got a theory. When you're ready to come over, come over. When it's over. Maya, what's the deal? How do we get into Maya? My only
because you're wearing you have the Geo mug.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get it. Maya wasn't brought into it. You just leave Maya out of your dirty mouth. Because I like Maya too.
Okay, Will Smith.
Right? Keep Maya and Geo out of your filthy minds, and they're all mine.
My only standard is she doesn't smoke and isn't high maintenance. Okay, yeah, I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with smokers because remember, it's kind of like that tells me that you don't smoke. Second, when what I'm saying, I don't smoke either. Heidi doesn't smoke either.
I
But what I'm
did
saying
a
is,
long time ago. Like I was a casual. I told you
Right.
guys that I gave up sugar except for a donut yesterday.
Yeah.
But I've given mostly up 99% of junk, sugar, and all that, alcohol. And I used to smoke like a pack a week. Like it was like if I had a drink or a beer or we were traveling on the road, I used to smoke. But that was very rare. But I get it because I can't handle anybody. I can smell the neighbor smoking
Well,
outside.
they taste like
It's
ashtrays when you kiss them. But again, that's up to you whether or not you want to be with or without a smoker.
Okay, Lucca says she thinks it's for milking the views. Yeah, like a lot of channels. I mean, if there's something still going on, we're going to keep covering it because here's another thing. Let the other channels do what they're going to do. It's up to them to cover us, Geo, Maya, all the ones that want to cover anything outside. In my opinion, I'd much rather cover that than the bullshit of these lying bloggers. Oh, I
my
live
God, don't get
here
me
and this is
started,
how much
yeah.
groceries are. Just like I love our Philippine journey.
Oh my God.
He was quite honest about how these bloggers don't know shit. They come here, they become vloggers, they're professionals right away. They tried to say being, in the beginning that I didn't know shit because I just got here. Yeah, but know enough and still do. And there's like this whole situation for milking views and all of that. And yeah, we're going to cover it. If something new comes up, we're going to cover it if it's still dealing with something. So it's more power to people on covering and milking views. I think it was a little extensive for coming back after 6 months and still saying this is what I won't do, and then to go into relationships. Her channel was produced and based on her divorce. That all came right out of the divorce, and all of her videos were based on the divorce. Like, oh, I'm sitting here at Christmas and things are dreary. Here's my new apartment and
So anyway,
yeah.
so it's Sugar Ray.
Oh, it was Sugar Ray.
Thank you, like a
Okay.
spot. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
So, 1 second. George for president. Yeah, we were just talking about him being Bong Bong. He looks like Bong Bong Marcos at some point when he wears these shirts and everything.
Oh yeah, and
So
just for those of you who are not familiar, this is actually my real hairstyle ever since I was a. Put it this way: in my passport a long time ago, when I first arrived in the U.S., this is my hairstyle. Just letting you guys know.
I don't like smoke because I grew up with mom and I have lung issues, yeah, all my life. Yeah, we were just sitting there thinking about there were some parents back in the days, 80s, 90s, 2000, where both parents were smoking in the cars with the windows rolled up situation and they never thought anything of it. Probably actually made them very sick. So, Maya gets tossed into everything because she's beautiful, but comes up with Geo's 10,000 bucks. Oh no. We only followed the beginning of that and never did like really get into it. I know that there were rumors alleged that she was a drinker and she was somewhat abusive, but there's been no confirmation that she was a train wreck, according to other Filipinos in town, that she was just mean as a snake, but can't say. I can only say allegedly, possibly. And who would deal with that either? Somebody drinking, pushing, yelling all the time, and dramatic 24/7. That's what was said, but there's no, it could have just been that was just the end of their relationship, and that's the way it went. That's about the only thing that we had ever heard. Hey Ruby, what is going on? Yeah, it's did I put that up? It was by Sugar Ray, yeah. When it's over.
No, I don't think.
Oh, I doubt it. Oh, you're talking about, I thought you're talking about like the farmer in the Philippines. Yeah, farming channels in America make tons of cash and millions a year. I don't know if they make millions. I don't think there's a whole lot of channels that make millions on YouTube unless they got major sponsorship.
No, they don't.
But I imagine the ones that are building farming and showing farm life and the other types can
Well,
make
first
some.
off, I mean, not talking about just Philippine vloggers.
No, they
A
don't
lot
make any
of
money.
even whether they're British, American, or whatever nationality or country they're vlogging in, be aware. I hear this on a very stable consensus that whatever you see online that these YouTubers make is not by any means accurate.
No, it's not. Some can make more and some make way less, and it's definitely got cut in half recently.
Usually it's less. They make more or less than
We used to
anything.
make way more
Correct.
a year and a half ago. Sorry to hear about that AI coconut. He does walk around vlogs in the Philippines we've watched. My mom passed away not long ago. I do YouTube as therapy, and the walks are therapeutic, discovering Angelus and honor my mom. Oh, God bless her. That's what I told George, that on days that he's sleeping or he's helping with family or his uncle, he does help take care of his uncle. And a lot of times I don't want to wake him up because he stays up. We were up at different hours last night. Now I just run on pure energy, but I see it that way. That's a good way to look at it. It's therapy. It allows me to have an outlet and be funny, or what I think is funny. Me and George get to spend time together, and everything was about, when we started out, it was always about being together. We went to these restaurants, we had camping trips. Go look at some of our early stuff. We spent a lot more time showing everything, but it was more for ourselves. And I get why the couples do YouTube channels. I really do. And I get why people in retirement do it, and there's others that do it out of necessity, everywhere around the world, that just need to make money now with the, things are going on. And there's nothing wrong. I don't know why people get so chastised or run down for, trying to make money through YouTube or doing YouTube, except for when they're outright lies and clickbait and they don't really have the knowledge, or they're copying. I don't like the ones that purely copy. You see what I mean? There's pure copycats out there. Like when everybody does everything that Old Dog did. Like Old Dog was one of the originals. They dog him, and then they've covered every single topic. There's exact copycats. I'd like to name them, but I'm not going to shine on the channels. But they're exact copies. Every topic. But YouTube tends to tell you to do that. So Yeah, we know you do. But you know what? It makes worth every time we go to the mall or we're at a restaurant, we're recognized. I mean, I'm 6 foot tall and plus size woman. George is a petite Filipino, in my opinion. And people know us, and we've done more good than harm. I mean, as far as helping people and, putting people out there and all these other things. And we get people that'll walk up each time we go out and they'll say, "Are you Heidi and George?" And we'll say, "Nope." And that's the first thing we answer. And then, we've sat down with people, we've talked with people. And so it's, that's what makes it worth it. So, and just outright, helping people. Doctor in the house, but despite his best efforts, he can't cure those who are. I don't get. Oh, 1 second.
Ghana.
Yeah, myth merchants, which
Yeah.
basically down to YouTubers, that's what goes on. There's so many of them out there on budgets and everything else. So, how did I get up there? It rolled up on me.
No, it's right. It's right. It's just.
It just seems like they're repeating here. It doesn't matter. It's mostly he's saying lip reading, and only so many people can do it. And even if you guys do, it doesn't really matter. We're definitely talking about some people right now. Hey, H&G, stop telling secrets, right? They probably already know, honestly. Incoming emails and different things coming in. We've got messages coming in during the live stream, so we're discussing a few things right now. Ricky for president, right?
There you go.
He liked your shirt. See, I doubt it. Would Maya be popular without Gio? Probably not. In my opinion, she's just another Filipina. That is just an honest, brutal truth.
No, she would.
Whatever woman Gio's
blend in
with,
the static. Yes.
yeah, she would just.
Yeah.
There are hundreds and hundreds of thousands beautiful Filipinas here, and
It's kind of like
true.
OnlyFans. Like OnlyFans is dying because now they're everywhere.
Just like talent and music and people who draw and everything with the AI and with the talent out there, it's like kids are born with talent now, and to me that just wipes most of them out. Same with the YouTube channel. 5 years ago, find out who was doing help here.
Like this.
Now they all just blend out, in my opinion.
When
you can
when
buy
Heidi says
your numbers.
it's kind of like music and talent. Again, I'm not picking on anybody.
5 years ago, you couldn't buy your numbers unless you farmed them.
For example,
and now they're farming and Googling
before
them.
the internet, or somewhat when the internet was still kind of weak.
Oh, Pablo, thank you so much for the sticker
remember The
money.
Voice or America's Got Talent? You know what I'm saying?
Say thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, say it in Tagalog.
Maraming salamat po. Right. So what I'm saying is, remember before the height of the internet, remember America's Got Talent and The Voice?
Yeah.
It was a big deal because talent was like, oh my God, they're so good.
American Idol, like the first few years. When you got to the 23rd season, it's like, who cares?
Who cares? Because you see much better talent on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same
just a dime
thing.
to a dozen, like
Correct.
the vloggers. When
it's
we
the
see
same
more
thing.
vloggers and more expat couples and people going on how good their channel is, it's like it's now another channel. 7 years ago, it'd been like, wow, they're giving out information, but now everybody's a vlogger.
Yeah, for example, when me and Heidi first started,
Hey, John
when
Ryder.
we go into a restaurant, and we're not braggish or loud about it, but we got free meals and stuff because we're vloggers. And that's
how we got across the Mexican border.
Right. We didn't demand anything. We just say, oh,
they asked us
we're
our
vloggers.
Point. We said we're here to vlog while in Mexico
that
for
we,
tourism
put your,
and the pandemic,
your restaurant
and we got
in the video, we're not, but it's a big deal. But now I guarantee you a lot of them say, no, we don't want any videos at all, that kind of deal.
Armstrong was a complete douchebag. Donna was lucky to get rid of him. It seemed to be that way, but I'm sure she was no angel. That's one of the bigger points.
Hey, John Ryder, how you doing, man?
Let's see. What's your guys' favorite fruit smoothies? Well, we do like a mix, like cucumber and watermelon, and we add some mint to it. There's a couple different like smoothies that we've done. The mango ones are one of our
Mango
favorite.
shake
Mango.
Is the most
popular and common one that we like. Next step would be watermelon.
We mix, yeah.
Now
We
the
cut up
cucumber is what Heidi makes.
and I put the mint with the cucumber and
Right.
watermelon
Now my
and
other
coconut water. We add the coconut water
right.
to it.
My other favorite one that's not any of those would be lychee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lychee is really good. Some of them do. It says the guy, Matt Kariker, I don't know who that is, just up and quit YouTube. He had made millions. Some have millions of viewers and just quit. Just
No, a
things
lot of
happen.
them do. A lot of them
A
quit.
lot of it, people are burned out. There is the burnout. I believe the Armstrongs were going through that. Not this past November, but about a year before that, we almost totally quit YouTube. Why? Because it was consuming. Like we were doing 4 or 5 live streams a week, and then we were doing videos all the time, and just there was too much
Well,
going on.
there's more than
My
that.
lupus
There's
was
the
at a
one
bad point.
that couple that was in Makati, and they were big.
Yeah, or they break up,
And they
or
were
something
big.
happens.
Yeah, you
But
know,
yeah,
I
money
mean,
isn't always.
there was that one in Makati. There was one really big one. I'm not mentioning their names even though I know their names. The one in Mexico, that couple, same thing. You know.
Yeah, I think we already put this up about the
Yeah.
douchebag.
So
Yeah.
yeah. No, a lot of them like, you know what, we're done. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. These women start channels because of their ex partner has a channel. A lot of them do. A lot of the expats that had already had channels, they always. But a lot of that is the expats' ideal. It really is. It's a lot of them know that, and it's true. Where I feel some are pimping their girls out. Like it's just the bottom line. When they know it, they do it initially, and then they do a channel, and it could be they just do it on their own. But a lot of Filipinas, like George said, it just depends. But
Well,
you can clear.
it's okay as long as it's a content channel. And again, I'm not picking on anybody, not because of jealousy or anything like that. Because first off, most of these are like lower numbers than us. But what I'm saying is the simp channels. Oh my god, man, get a life. Make some content or something.
Hey, John Ryder says, "Hey, George, looking good, brother."
Oh, thanks, man.
AI coconut. Yeah, guys, if you haven't done a thumbs up or haven't subscribed, be sure you guys subscribe and ask questions. And so, what's going on? Shout out from where you guys are. And our kids are reported back from the United States. It's been extremely hot. Actually, they complained about 104-degree day with everything, and I'm like, well, with humidity here, it feels like that on some days.
Well, without
So,
humidity, I hold on.
but it's been hot in the U.S.
I'm
And then
starting
what
to
about
think
that
in centigrade
earthquake
here
in New
today.
York? Is that normal? George said it wasn't a surprise, but for me, I thought it was on the border of New Jersey and stuff. Second win. Oh, holla hollow. Yeah, not a smoothie. I like it. It's just a lot. Believe it or not, it's a lot of sugar with holla hollow with all the extra
It's
stuff.
too sweet in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I'll eat it, but no, the other day it was 104 degrees.
Okay,
But
so it can be, but we're used to it. But when it strikes people in the United States, they're really sweltering.
no, I get
You'll
it. But
just hear.
That was a high. That was a really high.
for
Yeah, so it's just
Yeah.
always a different type of heat here. We're always under this
Yeah,
extreme
That's
heat.
without humidity. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he needed to spend time with the family. So, yeah, that's what tends to happen. It seems every 60-plus loser Western man can move to the Philippines and be the next YouTube star. Not really. I wouldn't agree they're stars. They may think they're stars. And remember, what appears to be popularity is them buying numbers, them farming. And I can name several channels over 80,000 where there's just no way the numbers are right. It's just based on different factors. And then we get chastised on that, or you guys don't know who's real and who's not.
actually
We do.
We do. And so,
and actually
but it
anybody
doesn't make them popular, and
Yeah.
it doesn't mean they're getting paid.
And any real
and-
YouTuber worth its salt will say, "Yeah, I know." They know what they're not stupid. I mean, if you're a real YouTuber, you know who's real and you know who's
Okay,
fake.
anybody know? And I'm going to throw a channel out there. Remember Tim K?
What?
I'm going to bring Tim K into this. How the hell he gets certain numbers and then have 400, 500, 600 people every freaking time in his live stream? Every freaking time. But yet he got through his comments in 5 minutes. How did you have 600 consistently, 603 in your live streams?
Okay. Now,
Example.
I'm just saying,
and I'll throw that out there because now he's
if
just
you
vlogging in
have
America and his skin
200,
on my teeth.
if you have 200 viewers
that
in your
happening?
current live stream, like right now, we right now have 99, which is fair.
Yeah, I think we can
Okay.
get up to 2.
If we have
something.
double this rate, we could never keep up with the chat. Ever.
Yeah, we're keeping up because, the amount of
You know what I'm
comments.
saying?
But
You guys have to use your common sense. Is it realistic? Is it possible?
are
Is
they
it
really
feasible?
stars? I don't think so. It's
Right.
just where it is.
Here's a good benchmark. If you guys watch Twitch, any Twitch guys who watch Twitch,
Trophy wife.
you know, on average, because Twitch average is about 100, 150 is on average, and they have a hard time keeping up. They skip a lot. Like right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. We skip a lot of comments right now. We're only at 100. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
we got down to the bottom because of the.
Once you hit 150, it's hard to keep up. Once you hit 200, you can't keep up.
Well, usually
If you
we're behind.
go,
People
if you
used to
hit
complain.
300, you can never keep up. If you have 400, forget it. You might as well forget your chat.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
that's.
And I'm not being hateful on anybody or anything whatsoever. What I'm saying is, guys, use your common sense. And
Hey, George, how did
anybody,
you two meet?
any YouTuber worth their salt know what real numbers are.
How did you?
And
meet?
you know what I'm talking about.
And anyway, what's that?
What's that?
How did we meet?
How do we meet?
In the club. We were together for about 2 weeks. Our eyes locked. We made out in the bathroom like two sick puppies. Bunch of saliva.
Jesus.
And then we got married. The Tampa.
You know,
Tampa
that
courthouse.
doesn't look good on neither if you say we met in the bathroom, right? Because one of us had to invade the other, sexual bathroom. So to speak.
I didn't mind hanging.
Unless it's a disabled bathroom, which I guess is possible.
You don't remember
but-
biting on the urinal cake when I shoved it in your mouth
What the?
Oh my god!
right after I licked it?
I swear to God, Heidi's that's kind of special.
What you talking about, Asian fool?
Yeah, I ain't complaining.
That
You know, when if your girl swallows a urinal cake and sucks in your dingaling, it feels minty fresh right after that. Just saying.
So it burned just like it does every day of the week.
I said minty fresh. I didn't say it burns. It burns. It burns.
All right, so we've told this story a few times. I thought DW asked before. It does seem like a repetitive question, the last couple things, but we do have a couple videos out. We've been together 7 years. Our 5th anniversary is coming up. We met in the United States. George had been in the United States 18 plus years, owned a business for almost 10, a couple years out of a divorce. And I had been out of a relationship mine was an age gap, but I was over 40 years old, or I was over 40 years old when I started the relationship. And so we had both been away from somebody for a while, and I was doing long distance driving and he was running the business, and we both was at a 7-Eleven. So we met and just started dating. So he actually took my number and we went to a restaurant. He set up cookies and a bear, and he was super romantic, showed up on his motorcycle.
I was?
Not really. So it's kind of where it is, but nope. And then after we were together 2 years, we married. We were caught up in the pandemic and with savings about 80,000 plus. And we've mentioned this. We left and went to Mexico because there was no reason with the decline of small businesses. He didn't run a corporation, small business. It was better to take an income plus extra money and return home where he could do things and be with his family, and that's what happened. So, whole pandemic thing, whole Mexican thing, and so it was cheaper to live there until the country reopened. So that's how we met, was in the United States.
Second one says, I'm Fabio of the old farts, laughing my ass off.
Fabio.
I can't believe it's not butter.
That sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No. It's like, I didn't say, I can't believe it's not butter. Get to the chopper. No, I said, I can't believe it's not butter. That's your stick, remember, guys?
That's right.
Fabio, yeah.
Wasn't it the guy that was in the Love Books or something? Wasn't he the
That's him.
Fabio? Okay.
Yes, Fabio, yes.
I love mango and strawberry. Yeah, we like that. We get the frozen strawberries. We found a company that does peaches and cherries, and they're frozen. Probably going to try to get some of that. The only thing is they don't deliver. I guess we can drive over there, but the Lala Move company that sells all peaches, strawberries, and berries, I wanted to get them and put them in the deep freezer. But you got to be careful doing smoothies and mangoes. You don't want to drink your calories. Once you break down fruits and vegetables, you lose some stuff when you grind them up, whether it's fruits or vegetables. So I try not to, because remember when we was on the smoothie kick and we added the protein and the bananas and then we were gaining weight? Remember during the pandemic? No, you never
protein does.
Yeah, well, no, it was the bananas.
Oh.
I found out recently that when you even we were taking one banana in each of our smoothies. It just, once you grind down the bananas, it just makes it a different type of sugar. And it was crazy, but we would start off every morning with a smoothie or add peanut butter or something. I think it was excessive
good thing I didn't
sugar.
buy bananas then.
You can eat them. It's different when you chew it and the saliva hits it, and then it dissipates in your stomach. But when you grind it, automatically the sugar forms to a different molecular structure. And when you drink it, right, way more carbs, way more sugar.
I thought that happens when you chew it.
That's what happens.
Saliva.
Correct. Well, that's what I just said. It becomes differently when you chew it and swallow it versus it being grinded and it passes all that. More sugar that way. So, yeah, you got to watch how many smoothies you do.
So, if I eat a banana anally, do I gain weight?
Yes.
Damn it.
So much for your cigar and alcohol theory, too. You tried that with that way, too. And you can't smoke through your ass either. Although you try on a daily basis.
Damn it.
Yeah, like the strawberries. I'm Fabio, yeah, where he's, hey, Victoria. 600 plus live stream, that's a big number. No, Tim K was always at 600, 636, 536. But yet his videos would start out in low numbers, and then it just didn't match his. In the YouTube world a couple years ago, 10% was average on every channel, even the big channels. And I wonder how some of these channels in Dumageddon and Angel City and other places managed to get more numbers than CNN, where they're only getting 90,000 for a broadcast or something. I'm like, how? So it just doesn't make any sense. That's because here in Asia and here in the Philippines, they farm and they purchase through Google and everything else. This is something that wasn't possible 5 years ago. I think they might have been able to farm 5 years ago, but consistently, the one channel I can name right off the bat was Tim K. It appeared he was farming. Could be wrong, but how consistent could you be to have that many people nobody gets 600 people in a live stream. It just.
All right. Now, on the same note, second one says, Harold, was that YouTuber? Still trying to remember who helped him with you.
Okay, he's talking about Harold Balder. Now, okay, first off,
know him, yes.
I'm a very, very, very big fan of Harold Balder.
Yep.
The reason why is, one, I really think he's a legitimate. First off, he's a legitimate YouTuber. Period. No questions asked. Second, I believe he's a legitimate, nice person. The reason being is, one, he does. The only thing he carries is his backpack. He really doesn't carry more than that.
He gives stuff away.
Right, he carries travels all over the world. Right before he flies off to the next country in order to prevent customs, what he does is he gives off, like Heidi says, he gives off everything he's acquired within that trip. He gives it off randomly to people. So I really think he's an honest to goodness YouTuber, and I really think he's there for the experience because he's done this way before he was famous.
That's what I'm looking for right now.
Right. So what I'm saying is, I think he did it. He never did it for the wealth, and honestly, I think he's had money before that. I don't know what he had before or whatever, but point is, he's not desperate for. He doesn't seem like he's desperate for views. You know what I'm saying? He barely even mentions
Well,
his.
this is why we haven't seen him. He
Oh,
hasn't done a video in a while, and everything's members only. He's one of those channels that turned all of his stuff to members.
So well, see now that
he did one a day ago, member. So all of his stuff for 7 months has been a member only,
Oh,
which is
what
because they're only paying 5. Like literally, YouTube is only giving 5%, even to the large millions of channels. There's so much content out there. 5% is average on viewership. Anything when somebody gets over 10%, it's just not real anymore. We have a YouTube manager.
Well, he's
a legit YouTube manager, not one we pay for, one that Google has assigned us. And 5% you'd be lucky to get.
Right.
So unless it's just like a super drama situation. And it says here that everything has been members. And actually, he didn't do a video for 2 months, and then 13 days ago he did another one.
right. See this
And
is
it's all members.
well. That's what I was getting at. That's another thing. Now, the members thing, I get it, and a lot of you will say,
Oh wow! And he only sells it at $13, $14 a month.
right,
So
right.
yeah.
Now, what I was getting at is, I watch Harold enough to know his style. Again, I'm not defending
why we
him.
haven't
I'm just
seen
telling you an observation. What he does is he travels, he videotapes, and then he posts to members right away. And then he travels, posts right away to members. What he does is he waits when he stops traveling, then he edits the ones that goes to his members are unedited. And then the ones that are released in YouTube are the edited versions. So watch, he's gonna have a bunch of regular videos all of a sudden. Yeah, and then eventually he's gonna stop that again, and then goes back to the members only. It's his style.
Yeah,
he
that's the
edits
ways.
his
Everybody has a different thing.
Yeah, everybody has
So
different.
yeah,
styles.
yeah. All right, guys. Not to mention the blue ring. Yeah, he's talking about
Oh,
Harold.
dang, John. I still want to know the truth. Why Harold pays
Chrissy's dad. Okay, that alone requires its own vlog or live.
anyway.
Yeah, Robert Goodson, he says our software, which is a server issue. That's more than likely. It doesn't matter 720, 1080 or whatever. We've had all issues. Our internet in our area is shitty. It doesn't, I think it's a combination. And the other thing that's been really bogged down is we have the latest Windows. It's a brand new computer. It's pro. So 3 or 4 things are messing us up right now. And we've tried different software. We went back and paid for another company. We're not going to pay $50 a month for a streaming software. We don't have an Apple computer.
Yeah.
And there is others that we can use. This just seems to be the easiest for us. But now we're officially back to the paid one. We got rid of the other ones we've been trying out. So it's because of that we're using. So I know I said that it was a software. It's not. It's a streaming through their server, and somewhere between the internet that's chinky and the actual Windows we're using. It just seems like ever since then there's issues. So we just do the updates. So
Well, not to mention, it may has nothing to do with both because we didn't have the lag issue before.
yeah,
What I'm getting at is there's been some serious lag
They did
lately
say
in
that.
their internet.
I remember when they said, like you were discussing earlier. Yeah, no, he's a good channel. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. We got a couple deliveries going on today and different things. Going to go out, pick up some medicine and pick up some pet food and everything. And we appreciate everybody dropping in, and be sure to subscribe and comment if you're rewatching this, because we're kind of getting off on different topics. And all right, guys, and I'm going to reheat you some food so you can have
ribs.
your ribs.
We have
Yeah, I got
ribs.
ribs and the
That
rice
was so
and
good
the
from
squash.
Landers. Yes.
Yeah, so it's really
And
good.
yes.
All right, guys, we appreciate everybody dropping in, and thank you so much for everybody and their comments. And thank you, Ted, and our moderators and
thank you
people
so
in the
much,
house.
JC Zamwanga, our new member, and Pablo Chicano.
Oh, I totally missed that.
Thank you so much
I didn't
for
see
our
Gio
support.
in the house. Sorry, Gio. I totally went through Gio was in the house.
Gio's in Bangkok. Yes. Hey, Gio, how you doing?
Hey, Gio.
And then our top fans of today is we have number what the?
What's wrong?
It's supposed to show.
They might have changed that already.
Oh no. I'm on the wrong tab.
Yeah, no, we are.
Number
lagging.
1 is
It
Pablo Chicano.
Yeah, no, I know that. That's why I said we never had a lag problem. But
I've told Heidi yesterday that the internet's been slow. Anyway,
Gonna have to restart. Yeah, they just came here and put another
Pablo
cable
Chicano,
in.
number 1. Second win, number 2, and
chosen one, number 3. Thanks so much, guys.
Appreciate you so much.
For those of you wondering, number 4 is Robert Goodson. And Victoria, thank you for being number 5. Thanks so much, guys. Love you all.
All right, guys. We will talk to you later.
Bye.
All right.